other word, please be true.
Prince Harry making a red carpet entrance, smiling and waving to cameras before heading inside Liberty Grand to support a cause he's championed for years.
We've worked with the Duke on numbers of times before, and it's always a thrill to have him back here.
Prince Harry, who is a veteran himself, has worked closely with the foundation, helping bring the Invictus Games to Canada and continuing his mission to support those who serve. Part of the event included auctioning off helmets painted by artists and veterans, including one painted by Prince Harry.
That spirit, the devotion to those who serve, is something that Canada embodies like no other nation. Those who serve protect our freedom, our safety, and our way of life. And in return, we as civilians must protect their future through properly valuing them.
Well, for Prince Harry, this is all about the importance of veterans and wounded veterans for him, his work through the Invictus Games over the years. It's such a special organisation for him. And around Remembrance season that we're in now, this is such a really important and special time for him as well. He is going to be going to a dinner tonight. He was invited by the True Patriot Love Foundation to come and see Sunnybrook Hospital, meet those veterans and go to that dinner tonight. And this is something that's so close to his heart. He served in the British military in Afghanistan, saw wounded veterans there. That's why he started the Invictus Games. And so meeting veterans is so important to him. It's paramount and really central to the work that he does. So
Prince Harry continued championing the military, service members, veterans, and their families on his second day to Toronto. We have a lot of details to get into, so let's get started. Hey y'all, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to get caught up on Prince Harry's second day in Toronto, which concluded his 2-day trip to Canada yesterday. We have a lot to get into, but before we do, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Now, I'm going to be getting into day 2. However, let's have a quick recap of day 1.
The Prince's visit took him to Toronto's Sunnybrook Veterans Centre, the biggest care facility of its kind in the country. Here, Prince Harry met with some of the nation's oldest veterans who served in either the Second World War or the Korean War.
For me, it's the banter. It's the banter, it's the humour, it's the community that they are given here. My aunt's been here, grandmother's been here, my great-grandmother's been here. So it's a real privilege for me to be able to be here. We would like to apologise to Canada for wearing it. Secondly, I was underdressed. There wasn't much choice. I was invited to the LA Dodgers box, or the dugout, by the owner himself, so I was doing what I thought was the polite thing to do. I'm going to wear this from now on to make sure I don't make any more of those mistakes.
How old are you now? I'm almost 102.
Brenda Reed, who's 101, thrilled to meet the Prince.
He certainly has lots of charm. You just talk to him. I practically called him Harry.
Prince Harry.
Okay, I love the moment where Prince Harry said he was under duress for wearing the Dodgers cap. That whole little segment was so funny, and he handled that with such grace and class, but as always with humor. But I have to be honest, the part that really grabbed my heart and squeezed it to oblivion was, he's very charming, he's easy to talk to, I practically called him Harry. Oh my God, that was so sweet. And it looked like not only were they happy to see him, he looked just as happy, if not more happy, to be spending time with them. He also painted a helmet as well that was auctioned off. I mean, he seemed to have a wonderful time, and I'm really glad they were able to have such sweet and endearing moments on day 1. So now it's time to get to day 2. I'll be pulling the information from Sussex.com, of course, and then I will also be sharing more clips of Prince Harry's night with True Patriot Love. Once again, this update is coming to us directly from Sussex.com. It's also linked in the description box below underneath sources. It's titled Championing Canada's Military Community. The Duke of Sussex joined over 500 guests at Liberty Grand for True Patriot Love Foundation's National Tribute Dinner, Canada's premier event honoring the military community. 500 people. That is huge. I didn't realize it was that big. As both a veteran and dedicated advocate for service members worldwide, the Duke's attendance reflected his enduring commitment to supporting those who serve. The Duke's return to Canada follows the historic Invictus Games Vancouver Whistler 2025, which marked the game's first ever winter edition earlier this year. His presence at the dinner acknowledged True Patriot Love's instrumental role in bringing that landmark event to fruition, building on the foundation's previous support of the Toronto 2017 Invictus Games. As the main funder of Team Canada, True Patriot Love, Canada's national foundation for the military community, has been central to the Invictus movement's growth over the past decade, changing thousands of lives, not only for competitors, but for their families and communities as well. Now, in the comment section of one of my videos last week, we actually got into this conversation about how much Invictus Games has grown, not just the games themselves, but the foundation, and not just grown in size, although every year several new countries sign up to participate in the next or the upcoming games. And it's growing in that way too, as far as quantity of competitors and families who will be attending and spectators. But it's also growing in the types of services that it offers and the community behind the games, which is the foundation and all of the services that it offers. That has grown immensely. I mean, sure, it's been 10 years, but the amount of growth in only 10 years is absolutely insane. I can only say I'm proud of them, but they're just getting started. My goodness, it's been amazing to actually watch that grow in real time. The evening brought together business leaders, dignitaries, and supporters from across Canada to celebrate the extraordinary contributions of Canadian Armed Forces members, veterans, and their families. Again, I love how they continue to highlight the families. Throughout the evening, the Duke met with veterans, active service members, and their families, sharing conversations about their experiences. Among those in attendance were familiar faces from the Vancouver Whistler Games, including James Gendron. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Is it Gendron? Probably Gendron. Prince Harry shared James's story with the world at the 2023 Dusseldorf Invictus Games, and James bravely went on to play at the opening of the 2025 Vancouver Whistler Games. Tonight, he shared his talent once again during the evening's proceedings. The timing of the event, just days before Remembrance Day, added significance to this annual gathering. The Duke spoke to his personal connection with Canada's military, from his training at CFB Suffield in Alberta to serving alongside Canadian Armed Forces members during his deployment in Afghanistan. He also spoke about that as well in Spare. In great detail. I absolutely love how much detail he went into in Spare as far as his military experience. This experience showed him firsthand the professionalism, courage, and distinctive character that defined Canadian service members. The evening included the presentation of the Patriot Award to General Rick Hillier, whose leadership throughout his distinguished career and instrumental role in establishing the True Patriot Love in 2009 has created a lasting legacy, strengthening both the country and those who serve it. That is amazing. Now, one thing I will also say is I love getting this footage. I love seeing, we're going to be sharing some footage as well of this event that Prince Harry attended, but I love seeing this. I love seeing how much he enjoyed being there, how much they enjoyed having him there, and how they honored veterans, service members, and their families. And I also appreciate that they were able to celebrate in real time active duty service members as well. You don't have to wait until you take off the uniform to be celebrated and respected and honored and appreciated. I also love that Prince Harry continues to encourage those who are not serving to continue honoring those who do. That's a big deal to me. And I love that he consistently highlights that, because I've spoken about this a million times. When I was managing several mental health practices and a behavioral health practice, I had to work alongside the VA a lot. And it's kind of what revolutionized me, I guess, because I just saw how many barriers to care and service that veterans, especially elder veterans, have to getting the things that I feel they are entitled to. And I appreciate when we as a community continue to uplift them. Not, Lord knows, they've already experienced so much and they've risked their lives to protect us. The least we can do is uplift them, honor them, respect them, and appreciate them out loud. And I can't speak for Canada, although I'm going to assume Canada does a much better job at this because they tend to do a much better job with all things government, just gonna be real. As an American, I can't speak for the UK or Canada, but what I will say is this. We here in the US have got to do a better job protecting and respecting and taking care of our veterans. And if any of you have ever worked with any kind of homeless shelter organization or homelessness recovery program or any kind of program like that where they help people get back on their feet and there's like kind of services to help people do that, you will know that a lot of those programs are dominated by veterans. That should not be the case. So it breaks my heart what they go through, but I love that Prince Harry and people like him who have a platform, who've had those experiences, who are elbow to elbow with these people, are using everything they have, from resources to platform to their voice, to advocate for them. That really goes far. And Prince Harry does not waste any time. Anytime he has a microphone in front of him and he's discussing military issues, he always brings it back to, we should be showing them support and love. And he is absolutely right about that. Anyway, this seems like, this was an amazing evening. I'm still kind of grappling with 500 people. I don't know what I thought. I thought maybe it was like 200, maybe 3, but 500 people is a lot. I'm really glad that he was able to attend. I also appreciate that in all of the news broadcasts surrounding this event, and Prince Harry's attendance, including this segment here, they acknowledge that this is an annual event thrown by true Patriot Love, and that Prince Harry was invited, and that they've also worked with the Invictus Games. Like, all of these connections continue to poke so many holes into that initial rumor that Prince Harry was in some way planning this trip to snub his brother, not snuff him, Jesus, snub his brother. And we knew it was ridiculous because that's just not his character. We can already just start there. But also, as more details come out, it's like it would have been impossible for him to plan this with any other plan in mind other than to attend in good faith, which is what he does. Anybody doubting him or his character by now, they're just determined to do so. Now, it's wonderful that he was not only in attendance, but that he was surrounded by people who've had similar experiences to him. They understand military life and they understand the needs that are there for a service member, active or retired or a reservist, and their families and veterans. I really appreciate that he was surrounded by those people. They had an opportunity to spend time with him and be in proximity with him, and they got to see him advocate for them in real time and in front of them. I think that's beautiful. And I can't imagine what that must feel like. But anyway, what did y'all think about this event? Let's take a look at some of the footage, Prince Harry walking into the event and some of the things that were captured while he was there.
Well, there he is, Prince Harry, continuing his 2-day visit to the city with an appearance at a gala tonight. There's a live shot as he walks the stairs and is greeted. This benefits members of Canada's armed forces, their families, and veterans.
It's also important to note that this is the 17th annual tribute dinner held by True Patriot Love Foundation, and Prince Harry was the guest of honor, so of course he gave a speech. In his speech, he says, quote, "This city will always mean a great deal to me. You provided a wife for me, and you hosted the Invictus Games in 2017, touchstones in my life, both professionally and personally." Of course, we know that that is actually where they debuted their relationship. So it's very special for a number of reasons. Prince Harry seemed to have an amazing time during this trip. I love that he took a moment to shout out Meghan. It just seemed like he was checking off 1,000,001 things off of his to-do list, and he did it all without breaking a sweat. Kudos to him. I don't know how he does it, but I am very happy that he does. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. Now, this is quite the epic story in 3 parts. I find it to be hilarious that they ambushed him with this hat and made him answer for his crimes. But no, he was such a good sport about it. This was a very funny moment during the trip, and it's actually one of the moments that made headlines globally. Everyone gravitated to this. I think it's because also Meghan posted the video of her celebrating the Dodgers win, and Prince Harry looked less than enthused, which made it even funnier. I absolutely love when husband and I are rooting for separate teams, because listen, it's my bailiwick. I do like rubbing it in his face when I'm right and he's wrong, when I'm big, when he's small. Shout out to Matilda. But no, that was such a funny moment. And I'm glad that he was able to right his wrong and answer for his crimes and put on the correct hat. But anyway, this was an amazing, amazing trip. It seemed like so much good came from it. I'm so happy that Harry was able to spend so much time with service members and their families, and they were able to spend that time with him. And I love that it was documented so well globally. All of the news broadcasts that I've seen and all of the write-ups about it have been extremely positive and objective. It's been great to see that. It's been really good to see that. So anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. For those of you who are members, I have just posted part 1 of my recap of Virginia Giuffre's Nobody's Girl. We're doing it in 3 parts. Part 1 this week, part 2 next week, part 3 the following week. And then later, you guys will be getting another video, not members, but everybody. You'll be getting another video because someone came out to defend Meghan. It was a masterclass. I cannot wait to talk about it, but we will get there. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.